Pathfinder Kingmaker, we're back. This is a blind playthrough. Welcome back. We're just returning to tell the people that we have defeated the Stag Lord. My goodness, and we have just leveled up a lot. So let's get to the Stag Lord, will we? And we can do that here at Oleg's Trading Post. The question is, do we have to travel back to all the way to Restov? I don't think we have to. So we'll take the quickest way. The quickest way is this way. We also haven't visited this thing called Rat Nook Hill.
Resting
Anyway.
would be nice, don't you think?
Let's rest here. Do we need 2 guards? I don't actually know. Oh, if we have someone help to hunt. Oh, he's really bad at that. How about us? Well, 15. Yeah, we'll just make it like that. It's fine. Cooking DC's 20. Yeah. We'll do that.
Amiri, I know you must understand that death is inevitable. And eventually you will have to face it.
Are you going to babble on about Brodus again? Do you see that rock? Go and hit your head on it, or I will.
6 rations, nice. And an excellent hearty meal. Wonderful. Let's see. We should buy new rations, of course. We should sell a lot. And first we'll need to see what happens there when we come back. We've defeated the Stag Lord, yay! I hope you're happy now. And his also his terrifying father. That made him the weird Stag Lord. Now let's see. First, hey Oleg. The Stag Lord's gone. We found his fortress and sent the villain to oblivion. Oleg looks at us with respect bordering on admiration. And good riddance. Maybe now we'll be able to actually live in the stolen lands rather than just surviving, he sighs. Without a doubt more people will flock here now. It'll surely boost trade. But all the noise they'll bring with them, well, that's none of your concern. I bet you can't wait to return to Restov and report your great victory. Oh. I still have some unfinished business here. Show me your wares. We want to trade here. First that. Okay, that isn't really a lot, but... Scale mailing. Is that a breastplate? Half plate padded +1. These +1 armors will distribute them to our party, to the other party members. First do this. Weapons. Yeah, I will not bother with masterwork weapons anymore. It's too much work. Wait. I want to keep that, just in case. Deal with that. Yeah, the Stag Lord's Broken Charm. Not worth much, but maybe interesting. A lot of wands. Yeah. Let's have a look. What can we get here? We got a flaming light crossbow. That's nice. Real nice. Price in descending order. Lesser empower. All variable numeric effects of an empowered spell are increased by half, including bonuses to these rolls. Yeah, I like the empower things. Lesser extend. An extended spell lasts twice as long as normal. A spell with a duration of concentration, instantaneous or permanent, is not affected by this feat. Yeah, that's a real good thing. Lesser extend meta magic rod. I would really like to have that. Lesser rods can be used with spells of 3rd level or lower, which means we can get 2nd level spells to last twice as long as normal, which is a big help for buffs. But we'll see what else we can buy before we spend the bit of money we have on that. We'll see what we can do about that. There's also a fortune to be had here, but yeah. We'll wait with that for now. We also want to buy some rations. How were they called? Camp supplies or something like that. Camping supplies. Something like that. Price in ascending order. Blanc coal. Here we go. Camping supplies. All of them. Deal with that. Yeah. Let's talk to everyone about the Stag Lord. I think that can be fun. About those tasks. Do these look like the radish you were looking for? Yes, hey, there's even more than I expected here. Thank you so much. Take this, you deserve it. We got gold. And experience. Nice. Would you buy more fangberries? No. Yeah, there's nary a spider left. Why do you need the moon? Oh, that's for Oleg. He sprained his back last summer. You see? Try to move a heavy chest by all by himself. You can't even imagine the healing powers of these radishes. They make a great pain-killing ointment. Potent, exquisite. Oleg would never confess his weakness to anybody, but I see him wince every time he bends over to pick something up. The old man sighs a bit too loudly. Oh, when will the poor man realize he's not 15 anymore? Okay. Yeah, we gave him the moon, radishes, George.
How may I serve you?
Tell me about yourself.
What would you like to know?
About your homeland, Galt.
Some, it is a land of freedom, where power belongs to the people, not to lords or kings. For others, it's a land of never-ending revolution, a realm surrendered to anarchy. It depends on who you ask. For me, I found Galt a violent place. Crowds eager to lynch a stranger for that accent or appearance, where a single word uttered at the wrong time or place can spark the people to riot and cities to burn.
Sounds exciting.
For me, it is a place inhabited by the frightened and the desperate, always suspicious, watchful of trickery. All too often they are deaf to the voice of reason. They cannot grasp that chaos and lawlessness lead only to yet more chaos and lawlessness. All my life I've tried to break through to these poor people, but alas, I don't seem to have made much progress.
He's visibly upset and grows silent for a while. He doesn't... He wants kings, I can see that. Tell me about your past.
My story? Why not? You deserve to know it. I am a priest of Erastil, and Galt is my homeland. You can imagine what it's like following the teachings of the Stag God in a realm torn by discord and strife. Rebellion and suspicion are the pillars of Galt. Led by Erastil, I tried to guide my flock to embrace tranquility and balance, and guard them from hasty judgment, until I fell from grace myself. Foolish old Jar. My misdeeds cast a shadow over my life and service. In search of redemption and a balm for my soul, I took to the road. I had come nearly to despair when, Erastil sent me a vision of the Temple of the Elk. I knew that very moment that the stag god had shown me the way to redemption.
What did you do to anger Eristil?
Well, if you truly wish to know, I'll have to start from the long time back. Werewolves preyed upon the lands around my village. They murdered people for fun or sport and left the corpses to rot on the roads. One night, they broke into a young woman's house and dragged her into the streets. One evening, a traveler came to our tavern, tattered and dirty from days on the road like so many others roaming Galt. He sat quietly in the corner of the tavern, drinking cheap ale, and in an instant, I knew he was a werewolf. I felt it in my soul. It was like Erastil himself had whispered it into my ear.
John smiles, but his eyes are dead as stones.
Led by Providence, I left to gather my flock, and we surrounded the tavern. The retribution was swift. However, I was tragically mistaken. The young man was no werewolf. He was a bandit, sent to spy on the village by one of the local gangs. We only found out after, when we went through his things.
Yeah, I mean, the question is, would the bandits have been so much worse? Still, you saved the village from another danger, did you not?
That's still no excuse for my actions. I was a fool. I made a grave mistake. And what's worse, in the eyes of my flock, I cast doubt on Erastil's greatness. A priest who can barely hear the voice of his god is a disgrace to his lord and himself, and corrupts the very people he would save. Whatever the case, I knew Erastil was no longer pleased with me. It was terrifying.
God's voice wavers. Even now one can glimpse inside him the remnants of the horror he lived through.
Imagine how my mind raced when here in the stolen lands I heard the voice of the stag god once again. He gave me another chance at service to atone for my guilt. Now I have regained hope, and that very hope is my most precious possession.
Well, good you're here now. That's enough
As
for
you
now.
wish.
Thank you for the story. Let's get in here. A couple of people here. Let's talk to Svetlana. Good day to you. Do you need anything? I'd be happy to help. I've got to go. And Honoriel. And Kirsten Gares. Okay. We've talked to him too. Now we have, alas, many people here, and we should see if we can distribute some of the magic stuff to them. For example, the weaponry. We have started to do that already, I think, but there's always more, like a short spear. She could use a short spear. Yeah, she got the cold iron dagger. Could take that in the offhand and the short spear in the main hand. She's got a scythe and the regonga. We can give him a couple of things like the glaive, long sword, light hammer. Can we? Yeah, he can do that in the offhand. And the great sword here. Let us see. She can have a... Oh, we have a hide armor +2. Whoa. That's something. Woodlands Aegis. It's 20. Hide armor +2. Would be even better, I think. Let's see. Now we're at medium weight. Now we're at light again. Wonderful. Lindsay. Try again with the woodland aegis. That's just so much, right? It's 20. If you take 3 away, that doesn't help. Woodlands aegis. Yeah, that's 21 here. Instead of 20. That's pretty nice. My good man. He can have his breastplate, it's fine. Chain shirt +1. I mean, the Woodlands Aegis is probably way better than that. Studded leather, half plate. What about her? And did you have a chain shirt? Yeah, then the Woodlands Aegis is better. Here we go. Got her with another chain shirt thing. And we've got him. He's got also the chain shirt. Chain shirts for the win, I guess. Weapons are done through. That's done through. We can distribute the wands. The wands. I wonder. I mean, we should theoretically we should give these away. It's not. I think we would be better off with her having some more stuff around here, and we'll give that to her. Even though that's medium then, but a belt lantern. I don't know. I feel like that's a better setup somehow. Short bow is meh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's give her some more stuff to use. Magic missile, wand of vanish, wand of cure moderate, wand of lead blades, and a potion of cure light. Wonderful. I'll just distribute everything. She has a lot of stuff here already. Can we put these together? No, we cannot. Okay. Fine then. And that would make it medium, really. Yeah, it would. And he. And he. Give him a couple of things. That. There's still Valerie. Can we... The forced idleness. Can't we talk to her? Can't we, like, win her over? I mean, she said she wouldn't join us, but still. We've saved her.
I'm there.
Okay, we're a little overloaded. We should have some kind of big stash or something. I think we should be off now. Hey, Oleg. Rostov awaits. I plan to set off right away. The fog seems to be thinning. We should wait until it burns off completely. In the meantime, I'll gather some supplies for your journey to make sure you can enjoy your trip back to Rostov. Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
Good work. Nice to see I haven't lost my intuition for people. Not many would have managed to set out to the Stolen Lands and return with the Stag Lord's head. But I knew you could handle it. Congratulations are in order. Today, you'll receive the title of Baron before the High Society of Rostov, and even Natala Sertova personally. God's bless her. Tomorrow, you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands if you wish, but this time as a ruler. But matters of state can wait. For now, enjoy this feast in your honor. All the city leaders are here. It's a great opportunity to make some useful connections.
Oh, I see. The snakes are there.
Speaking of connections, let me introduce you to Kasil Eldori. He's my adopted son and apprentice. He's a trustworthy man. I'd like to send him with you as an envoy.
That's Kasil. Nice. A young half-orc with impeccable poise performs a textbook-perfect bow. Alright. You already know about my encounter with Tatuccio.
Of course. Keston gave me a full report. You dealt with the scoundrel perfectly. It would be naive to think that none of your neighbors will try to stick their hands in your affairs. Especially that sly fox Iravetti.
What kind of game are you playing? I think I have the right to know.
Yes. Yes, you certainly have that right. But tell me, how well do you know Brevoy's history or the current political atmosphere? It won't be an easy explanation.
What do I need to know about Brevoy?
What's now called Brevoy was originally two different countries, Rostland and Issia. 200 years ago, they were stuck in constant squabbles. Then, Coral the Conqueror showed up and united the two states into one. Such diplomatic tricks are easy to manage when you have dragons at your disposal.
Yeah.
The so-called noble houses of Brevoy, mainly Sertova, Orlovsky, and Lebeda, once ruled over Issia. We, the Eldori, ruled Rostland. The royal house Rogarvia, founded by Coral the Conqueror, forced us into obedience. But 200 years isn't long enough to make peace with such a troubled history. Even 2,000 years wouldn't be enough for us to accept Issian rule. Brevoy is a country held together by a thread, and that thread grows ever weaker.
So we're going for independence, or what? What's the current political atmosphere?
We, the Eldori and the great noble houses, spent 200 years under the rule of invaders, the royal house Rogarvia. We plotted, we schemed, we stabbed each other in the back. But open confrontation was out of the question. But a few years ago, House Rogarvia disappeared. No one knows how or why, but one day, their manors were just empty. And the force that held Brevoy together, that kept us from a bloody feud, ceased to be. Brevoy is currently ruled by the House Sertova, the former kings of Issia. But their power pales in comparison to that of House Rogarvia when they were here. So now Sertova and Eldori stand facing each other, staring each other in the eye, waiting for the other to draw their sword. It's an untenable situation. No one wants a civil war that would drown Brevoy in blood. But peace between us is also out of the question.
Why not just split up into two states? What role do I play in your plans?
Rustland wants to regain its independence, and we will regain it. The power the Isians hold over us is humiliating and costly. And the Sertovas won't give us our freedom without a fight. That is, unless there is some external power that can force everyone to sit down and talk. Do you see where this is going?
Okay, we're to become this independent power in place of the Stag Lord.
The stolen lands are disputed territory. Brevoy can't appropriate them without raising protests from each of the neighboring states. However, if some brave people were to found independent states on that land, it would be another matter entirely. My hope is that you and your future neighbors, Baron Hannes Drelev and Captain Maegor Varn, will become our allies. But even your neutrality would introduce a powerful counterbalance to the aggression of the noble houses. Maybe, with your help, the inevitable division of Brevoy can occur without too much pain.
Don't the Soul Lords have any other foreign allies capable of playing this role?
We hope to get some help from the Maivani Eldori, the descendants of the Sword Lords who have fled from Koral's rage to build a new nation in the south. But the Isians know this well, and are doing everything they can to deny us this hope. I won't go into details, but if my intelligence is correct, if a civil war starts in Brevoy, Maivan will be too occupied with its own inner troubles to interfere.
Yeah, what part does Restov play?
Restov is a free city, proud of its independence from everyone, including the Aldori Sword Lords. But when it comes to Rostland's liberation, our goals align. This whole plan is our joint creation with Lord Mayor Yosef Selimius.
So if Natala is already here, why did she let you grant me the title?
Actually, she could still intervene and disrupt the proceedings. But she's a Sertova. Their games are always complex and multi-layered. They're always looking for ways to turn defeat into victory. If she's decided to allow you to become a baron, it means she already has some idea of how she can turn it to her benefit.
Yeah,
Let's consider how she could do so.
we could work with her too, probably.
Maybe she understands that Rostland will inevitably separate and she doesn't want a war. In that case, new states in the Stolen Lands give the Isians a reason to sit down and talk without losing face. But that's an optimistic view. And truth be told, it doesn't quite match up with what we've come to expect from the Sertovas. The more likely scenario is that Natala wants to win you over to her side. If war breaks out and at least one of you stabs us in the back, Rostland will be surrounded by enemies. That might be enough to bring about our downfall. But you would fall first, and your newly formed states would be left in ruin. The Isians always like to have someone around to pull their chestnuts out of the fire for them. A piece of friendly advice? Don't do business with House Sertovas, no matter what promises they make you. Any deal with the noble houses is a deal with devils.
Yeah, we're all for splitting up the kingdoms. That gives more power to us, right? So, what happens
How
next?
should I know? We're in the middle of a big game. And today, you move from being merely a piece on the board to being one of the players.
Well, thanks for the
I
explanation.
hope you have a better understanding of what's at stake.
Thank you. I'm going to speak with the guests.
Enjoy your evening. When you're ready for the official part, come to me.
Let's not complain about the envoy. Hey everyone. Wow. A baron's title. All the high society are gathered. Mingle with the guests. Mingle with the guests. We did that, right? Yeah, we did that. A noble welcome. Stolen land. High society reception is always excellent entertainment. You can drink plenty of expensive wine, stuff yourself with tiny sandwiches on sticks, or you can skip the time wasted on gluttony and make a few useful connections. Yeah, wonderful. Wow, that's big. Let's see what is there. Some kind of piggish looking creatures. Poor pigs, poor pigs. Who's that here? Oh, Jethal. Hey, Jay. Call this a feast? I'd show them some real festivities if they'd let me. Sure. Lindsay. Pour up to the brim so that I must be drunk. I forgot the line. Who is that guy? Yeah, we know him. This man is obviously more comfortable on the battlefield than in the company of nobles. He's well built, but the expensive waistcoat he's wearing doesn't quite fit properly, as though it was borrowed. He has a few pale scars across his face, and his dark hair is drawn into an unkempt ponytail, with few streaks of grey running through it. He greets you with a broad smile and a firm handshake. Let me introduce myself. I'm Megawarn, the new ruler of Dun's Ward, your neighbour to the east. Like you, I'm about to be a baron. Great job with the Stag Lord, by the way. Not everyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. Dun's Ward, low grassy plains. Interesting. How did you earn the title? Truth be told, my team and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Demand Eldori needed someone reliable to take and hold the territory. I'm captain of a mercenary team, if that wasn't clear. Varnling host, have you heard of us? No? No matter. We've done work for Jamandi before. This time the task was simple. We just waltzed into the area, cleared it of the most brazen monsters, and built a small fort to hold the place, and for that a barony and land to own. It was a dream job. How do you feel? Looking at his rich clothes, Vaughn smirks like a pheasant on a plate. I've killed all kinds of monsters, but this is the first time so strongly felt like turning away. Could get me eaten. He nods towards an arrogant man in the other corner of the room. See that lad? Baron Drelov. He's not like us. Who knows what generation of baron he is? Didn't even shake my hand. You and me were like dirt beneath his boots. That's why those like us, the newly made nobility, need to stick together. Otherwise he'd take my land and yours in the blink of an eye. Oh, thanks. It was nice meeting you. Goodbye. Once you've settled in, come pay us a visit. Sure will. Sure will. New blood. Who's that? A handsome, well-dressed young man of about 17 years old looks at you with a polite smile. So, you're the famous slayer of the Stag Lord's gang, soon to be a baron. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Lander. Just Lander, no last name, no title. Well, let's just say I'm here incognito. Under my circumstances, it's wise to keep one's lineage to oneself. Truth be told, that's precisely what I wanted to speak with you about. You see, I'm an heir to one of the Brevoy's noble houses. I won't say which, but believe me, a newly appointed baron with no connections would do well to have a friend like me. I travel the county in secret, without servants, so I can see it for myself. Not from a carriage window, but face to face with the people. My family would never approve, of course, but then I never asked. I need to know Brevoy if I'm going to rule a part of it someday. I know Jamandi wants to impose his stepson on you as an emissary of Brevoy. Refuse. Take me instead. Don't look at my age. While they may have trained this half-orc to swing a sword, I've been training to rule since I was a child. I'll be of far greater use to you, both now and in the future, after I have a firm position in my family. You're from Restovich nobility? Oh no, I'm not from here. I'm just visiting, you could say. I wanted to see for myself the heroes who managed to conquer the frontier lands, and the Lord Mayor was kind enough to invite me to this wonderful party. What are you doing here? I travel the county in secret. Okay, what do you want from me? Yeah, he wants a position. I'll consider your proposal. Yes, do so, and carefully. Aha. Harem! At a feast in times of pestilence, a ludicrous attempt to sink into reverie, to digress from contemplating one's own significance. And who's that guy? This man's gorgeous clothes hide rippling muscles beneath them. He looks past your ear, obviously bored. Baron Anus Drelov, he says offhandedly, emphasizing the word baron. And you must be the Stag Lord Butcher. I'm sorry, I quite forgot your name. But you took out the Stag Lord and his gang, and so Lord Jamandi is granting you permission to take his place, right? Well, congratulations. My lands lie to the west of yours. I suppose we're neighbors now. Yes, I defeated the prior Stag Lord. Pray tell, what did you do to deserve your new dominion? A smirk appears on the Baron's face. I don't need to deserve or prove anything. Countless generations of my glorious ancestors have done so for me. If I had a slightly bigger army, so Lord Jamandi would have simply given all to the stolen lands to me. Alas, I don't have so many soldiers at my disposal, so she had to urgently make barons for the likes of you and Vaughn. So you have no army, no special merits, you were just given land for being pretty? Under other circumstances, I'd have whipped you for some words, but let's not ruin Lady Eldori's celebration. If you want so badly to measure merits, we can do so another time. But you're not very polite for a nobleman. Ha, politeness must be deserved. Okay. Not even deigning to reply, Baron Drelov turns around and looks away. So he's pissed that others got what he wanted to get. Octavio and Rigonga are talking. Try they clear. They're delicious. To victory, to freedom. Bottoms up, yes. What is that guy? A handsome man with a weather-beaten face grasps your hand tightly in his rough-coloured palms. Unlike the rest of the guests in their festive clothes, he wears a simple robe. The only luxury you see on him is a holy symbol of a rastil made of solid gold. The other guests look at him with respect, some bordering on awe. Congratulations on your victory, he says in a deep voice. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Azvanki Kig, High Priest of Erastil in Rastov. I saw how you fought beside Jamandi that night. Your god granted you impressive power. Yes, I used to serve Erestel on the battlefield, but those days are long past. Now I call on this power to heal those who've fallen from a roof, more often than anyone wounded by a sword. Of course, someone has to roam the forests and slay monsters, but I'm more useful to my congregation here, attending more mundane affairs like hospitals, shelters, charity fairs. Diplomacy? Oh, no. Do many people in Rostov venerate Erastil? They revere many gods in Rostov. They pray to Abadar, patron of cities, Pharasma, gatherer of souls. There are also some more rare cults, but there's no denying that the Stag God has the largest congregation here, and no wonder. People have lived off farming and hunting for centuries, and you're dressed surprisingly simply. The corners of the priest's mouth turn up in a faint smile. The nobles dress in silks and satins to stand out from the poor. A priest wears a simple robe to stand out from the nobles. It was an honor to meet you. Goodbye. Erastil keep you. Yeah. Well, we could talk here, but what happens? She's here again. Hey, yo.
Will you drink with me?
We see Cassie approaching, the tiefling we met during the battle at Jamandi Eldori's mansion. I've yet to become a baron, and already it seems that someone wishes to poison me.
You insult me with such suspicions. Only a very foolish poisoner would offer a cup of death with their own hand and right here for all to see. If I wished to poison you, I'd surely do it secretly and with grace.
Cassie smiles coyly.
But jokes aside, I came to apologize. I know the words I said in our conversation with Lady Aldery might have offended you, but this was not my intention. The lessons life has dealt me were not easy. I've learned to be wary of new acquaintances, which is why I've refused to join your party. I hope you will forgive me for this weakness and for my harsh words. And I hope you will hear me out, for I have something to tell you.
Okay, I'll listen.
Fair enough. Then listen. As it happens, I came across some very valuable information. What brave conqueror of these wild lands wouldn't be intrigued by news of an ancient shrine, possibly full of great treasures? A place such as this was discovered by my old friends from Kadira, and it just so happens to be located in the lands that today become rightfully yours. My friends lack the courage to enter the shrine and seek the treasure, but what will stop us? We who know the taste of battle and have been singed by the same fire.
Guess he stops looking at you expectantly. Ah, treasure hunt, I'm ready.
I'm sure you'd like to finally gain your official title and celebrate your victory. And I don't like noisy parties and ceremonies. Find me when you return to your dominion. I'll rent a house in your capital. We can discuss the details of our expedition there. So long, friend. I'll call you so today because soon enough, all you'll be hearing is, Your Grace, Your Grace, Your Grace.
Saluting you with a cup, the tiefling girl steps back and disappears in the shadows between the columns. Sorrow flow. Oh, interesting, interesting. There's so many to learn here. There's someone here. Natala Sotova is discussing something with an unfamiliar old lady in a low voice. But noticing you, she breaks into a sugary sweet smile. You are not only tough but quick. Well, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy it while you can. What do you think awaits me? Nothing good, I fear. The Eldori, our dearest friends, deem it necessary to inform you of their plans. I assume, you see, they're preparing to separate from Brevoy. It will not be a peaceful process. They lack the strength currently, hence using this legal loophole to create some independent allies. Once the civil war breaks out, your lands will be the first to endure a strike from Brevoy's forces. Perhaps they'll erect a memorial stone in independent rest of Duanayu. Well, I wouldn't count on even that, really. And what would you propose? In your situation, the most reasonable course of action would be to align yourself with the lawful rulers of Brevoy, the noble houses. The Eldori won't dare to rebel, knowing they will be immediately entrapped. You could help Brevoy avoid a civil war, while simultaneously enjoying some well-deserved peace in your lands. I believe Jamandi has already attempted to impose a guard on you and send a missionary. I'm guessing her lowborn stepson, the green-skinned boy Castle. It's up to you, of course, but I would recommend you a different envoy. Please meet Chandra Murvey, an experienced diplomat who's more familiar with Brevoy's politics than any brawler could be. The old woman standing next to Natala gives you a slight bow. I would be happy to help you establish diplomatic relations with Brevoy. I'll consider your proposal. Think on it. Do not make any hasty decisions. Sure. I guess we'll take the orc. Not sure. Or the independent guy here. Hey, Triss. These people are not just celebrating. It seems your feat has given them new hope. Has it? That is definitely interesting. Whom do we have here? There's Jamandi. There's Cassil. There's Joseph. Let's talk to Cassil. Today is a historic day for Restov, and maybe for all of Brevoy. And Joseph? An older man with full sideburns looks at you with interest through a golden eyeglass. Well now, if isn't the hero of the festivities, the prodigy of our dear Jamandi? You pulled this all off quite cleverly. I confess I wasn't convinced your enterprise would succeed. I even bet a bottle of my best Pitaxian wine against you, but I'm happy to admit I was wrong. The Eldori have always been adept at finding new talent. Who are you? So it would seem we haven't been introduced. I am Joseph Salimius, Lord Mayor of Restov. I rule this town and the adjacent lands. As your northern neighbour, I hope we can look forward to a long and fruitful friendship. So you rule Restov. What about the Eldori? Ah, Rivo's politics seem complex and incomprehensible to many. Here in this part of Rostland, the spirit of northern freedom still lives. We're loyal to the throne, of course. May the gods prolong the life of His Highness, but here, far from the dominions of the great houses, we have our own way of life. It's especially important now, after there are certain events that I probably don't need to name. The Eldori sword lords used to rule Rostland. They're still the largest landowners and main military force in the region, but it's not for nothing that Restov is called the Free City. We're proud to choose the Lord Mayor from among the citizens, considered not by their lineage, but their own merits. What kind of events were you talking about? He gives a patronizing smile, where an aspiring politician needs to be well informed. I'm talking, of course, about the disappearance of the ruling House Rogarvia. Can you imagine it? Old Man Coral conquered our land 2 centuries ago. It would be a shameless lie to say that nobody wished his royal house could just disappear into thin air. But once that exact thing happened, turned out nobody was ready for it. Poof! All over the country, every member of the royal house disappeared without a trace. Nobody knows what happened. It's a mystery, but a mystery pregnant with opportunity for everyone. How are things in Rostov? I don't want to boast, but things have been going well in recent years. Trade prospers, the population grows, the citizens are happy. Although recently, especially after the disappearance of House Rogarvia, more and more troublemakers have been appearing. And people are talking about the most shocking things. But those sorts of rumors aren't worthy of your attention. Nice meeting you. Goodbye. Please wait a moment. Your young barony will need resources to establish itself, and from what I've been told, you're somewhat in need of financial assistance. I could organize and supply everything you need for the construction, spread out the cost on extremely favorable terms. I could immediately procure, let's say, 500 cartloads of building supplies. I'm sure that you would give you a good start. In exchange, I would ask a small favor. Until you repay the debt in full, you simply assume the obligation of contracting building services through Restov's Builders Guild. Do we have a deal? I mean, it's a free city. I kind of like a free city. I would be happy to accept your offer. Then it's a deal. I get everything in order right away and schedule a delivery immediately. Nice meeting you. Goodbye. The feeling is mutual, I assure you. I look forward to hearing more of your dazzling successes soon. I mean, he's elected, right? So, for me, as a chaotic good guy, he has the most legitimacy that anyone can have here. Jamandi.
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
Before we begin, I'd like to talk about the envoy I'll be taking with me.
My apprentice, Casil Aldori, will go with you, won't he?
No. Young Lander will come with me.
The heir of House Lebeda. Naive enough to think no one would recognize him here. I wouldn't trust him. Who knows what he has in mind?
Okay. Success through grace. House Lebeda, the Brevik noble family that epitomizes Rostland, having significant Taldan blood. He's also of a noble house. Controlling the plains and significant portions of the lake's shipping. I'd like to speak with the guests for some more. Can we...
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
So she's with him.
Of course.
Let's talk to that Lebeda guy. Again. Lander. Hey, Mary. The wine is alright, nice and strong, but the appetizers, barely a mouthful. Lander. What are you doing here? Face to face with the people. I kind of like him. Somehow I kind of like him. He wants to be face to face with the people, right? And this guy from the Free City. Well, he's certainly a good fighter.
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
Sure, I'm ready for the ceremony.
Excellent. Stand here. Lords and ladies, today we are here to honor 3 brave people who have done the impossible. They've tamed the stolen lands.
3?
Baron Hannes Drelev, the new master of Glenabon. Captain Maegor Varn, the conqueror of Dunsword. And finally, the tamer of the Shrike Hills, who put an end to the atrocities of the Stag Lord's bandits. Step forward. On behalf of the people of the free city of Restov, I confer upon you this noble title. Rise, your grace.
There is still bless you. Ah, nice. Nice, nice. Let's make sure we're doing it for the people.
Victory. The Stag Lord's dead, and the capital of the new barony has been built in place of his fort. That was how the long and challenging taming of the stolen lands began.
Greetings, Baron. Hey there. We built some roads. Welcome, Your Grace. Keston salutes you. You can see he's a bit anxious. It seems he'd rehearsed his speech many times. Anyway, once again, congratulate you on your victory and your new title. Lady Jamandi transferred me here. I'm at your disposal. I don't want to bestow honors, but I want you to know I'm glad to serve you. I'm here to welcome you on behalf of your new capital citizens. The Stag Lord's former stronghold will soon be a thriving city. Word travels fast, and the first settlers have already arrived, with new ones approaching as we speak. While you were visiting Restov, much has been done here. Your benefactors, the Eldori, invested a great deal of resources in rebuilding the city. I stand ready to answer your questions and to show you around the most important sites. Where are my companions? They're all somewhere around here, but I never kept an eye on who and where exactly. I assume Tristan is with Jord, and you can always find Lindsay. Just follow the noise and turmoil. Any citizens I should know about? Our old acquaintance Jord is right here. Rustil's clerics normally don't like cities much, but he's eager to serve you. Also, the emissary from Brivoy is here, waiting for you in the throne room. There's also this curious matter. An elf has paid us a visit, a blind elf. Desna only knows how he managed to get here. He seems a peaceful, even pleasant fellow, though naturally a little odd, so I let him stay a while. It's up to you to decide what to do with him now. That's about it, I guess. What's the mood of the people? I must admit, I've never seen anything like that my whole life. A city, a whole barony, born right in front of our eyes. The people sense the moment, and today we're feeling proud. As a rule, I'm not too cheerful or chatty. I normally feel out of place among all the rejoicing, but today is just one of these days. The main question is, where can I get a drink or 3? It's time to toast my victory. Keston hesitates a brief moment and laughs. I'll make sure to show you. The moment we enter the city, the tavern was the first business that opened. Building a city is thirsty work, and I beg your forgiveness for my behavior during your reception. I drank a little too much. It's a day for celebration. I'm ready to look around the city. Lead the way. Follow me. Your Grace. There's a little kid. Greetings, Your Grace. We're well your new subjects. We're selecting a site to build our house. Nice. Good people you are. It's wet near the lake and windy up here the hill. A fine place to throw garbage at your neighbors' heads, though. Ouch. What? Okay. Interesting. It's a good thing you got rid of those monsters and bandits, Your Grace. Yeah, little one. Make sure you're safe. We'll try to. We can never be sure. Recognize this place, Your Grace. This is where the Stag Lord's fortress wall used to be. Not that it saved him in the end, huh? Yeah, walls. Yeah, walls. And this is the market, or what? Our workers did a fine job turning this bandage den into the heart of the town. Yeah, indeed, we recognize that broken down thing here. Nice. The heart of every town is its main square. We plan to hold street festivities and fairs here. Look, we already have our first vendor. Ah, good, good, good. I like it. Greetings, Your Grace. If you turn to the right from the square, you'll end up straight in our tavern. Wonderful. So we have a tavern here. The tavern's ale is blessed by Caden Kalian himself, I swear. And the lady who owns it is a gem. I've heard our Baron is tall as a troll, has hair of pure gold and can breathe fire. Well, that's all nonsense. Well, except for the part about breathing fire. All barons can breathe fire, trust me. Alright. We should do that now with magic. Oh, welcome, Your Grace. Glad to serve you. Nice people with... That's a militia. Your Grace, those are our guards. They keep order in the city, or they keep their mouths busy with gossip. Okay. Oh, here's the observation platform. I hope one day your capital will grow large enough that we won't be able to see to its full extent from this perch. Okay. Sure, sure. Let's see what we can do about this man. The building in front of us is your residence. That's where we'll head to now. So, we've reached the main chambers. This is the throne room, where you'll hold court and receive visitors. Let me draw your attention to this large map depicting your barony and its surroundings. We'll mark all the important scout reports and other news worthy of your Grace's attention. Having finished his speech, Keston tucks his thumbs under his belt and stands quietly. Hello, my dear friend. Landalabeda, the young noble from Brevoy you've chosen as an emissary, greets you with a distracted nod. I'm glad to see you in good health. I don't see how you remain so steady in these circumstances. He makes a wide gesture with his hand, obviously meaning something larger than your throne room, but in truth I shouldn't worry. A little effort and this barony will become a rich and prosperous land, right? Barony affects community +6, loyalty +6, military +3, economy +3, divine 3, arcane +3, stability +3, lost -50 BP. New event. Trade agreement with Sotovar. Bandits outrage. Agreement with Joseph Selemios. As Vanki's offer, pillage the Temple of the Elk. Rebuild the Temple of the Elk. Research into the nature of curses. Davik Nettle. What? Since ruling seems to be a new thing for you, I'll put the matter simply. There are two kinds of issues that the Baron must address. Boring ones and amusing ones. You have servants and advisors to handle all the boring problems, and you can give them orders from wherever it pleases you. But sometimes an urgent matter will arise, a dragon attack, or the visit of some noble dignitary like myself. Events like these demand the Baron's personal presence in the capital. We'll mark these events on the map too. According to the ancient tradition of Brevoy and most of the river kingdoms, rulers in these parts find it convenient to receive visitors and chop off heads at the beginning of each month. I know well that traditions can be tedious, but nevertheless I advise you to visit the capital on important days. But there is the main thing: you should start choosing people to fill the key positions right away. Your clerics, Jord and Tristan, were the first to beg for an audience. I'll leave you to your thoughts for now. I'm sure you'll make wise decisions, of that I have no doubt. Sure. Jord, Your Grace, allow me to congratulate you on receiving the title of Baron. I'm confident that you'll be able to bring order to these troubled lands. Jord stumbles slightly, though, to be honest, that isn't exactly what we wanted to speak to you about. Tristan and I have been talking a great deal about what happened at the Temple of the Elk. It doesn't all make sense to us yet, but one thing is clear. There's a powerful curse at work. It corrupted the very essence of that sacred place, steeping it with putrescence. Ugh, I'm disgusted with whoever could do this. He exhales loudly, catching his breath. And now there's a new woe. Tristan and I believe the curse did not simply disperse on its own accord. There's a place near the capital rumored by the locals to be cursed. Tristan and I visited this dreadful place, and we felt the same putrescence as at the Temple of the Elk. What is this place? Where is it? There's a bald hilltop not far from here to the north of the capital. Its crown is entirely barren of life. The locals believe that rituals glorifying the dark gods were held there back in ancient times. There's no longer any trace of such rituals, but the air around the hilltop is heavy to the point of stifling. This place is like a rotting wound, closed but not healed. The bald hilltop. Interesting, man. Interesting. And this wound, Jodkafkan says, will undoubtedly open again. Tristan and I felt something approaching, something ominous. The curse will soon return to plague us once more. I swear by Eristil. Okay, I'll go there as soon as I'm able. I'd be happy to accompany you, but I would not expect to see anything new there at present. I agree with Tristan. We've been to this hilltop. It's barren, but filled with a dense atmosphere of unease. What do you suggest? The curse will grow in strength, and we predict it will reach the peak of its strength in about 1 month. That's when we should visit the bald hilltop and resolve this issue. For now, we can only wait and prepare. We beg your pardon, Your Grace, for intervening you with getting the grasp of your barony. I'm sure you have even more pressing matters at hand right now. I mean...
Adventures can wait.
Oh, haha. The stolen lands cannot be changed later in the game. Okay. The thoughtful community. Here we go. Now let's see. Ooh, bandits' outrage. Bandit encampments have emerged in the Nile marches. They plunder the peasants, rob travelers and merchants, and even attack tax gatherers. These bandits need something. What? Need to be muzzled. Huh? Have no candidates available for a position? Okay. Let's see. We have what advisors should we? Oh my goodness me. We have a lot of advisors here. What is that? People, heart, whatever. Let's have a click on that. Regent. The regent ensures subjects' complaints and concerns are heard by their ruler and serves as a link between the baron and the people. Aha. An advisor. Aha. Lando makes decisions that favor both his own interests and those of the barony. Valerie strives to follow the letter of the law. Octavia strives to solve problems peacefully. Gaia is not really suited to that. Three charisma, 2 charisma, 2 charisma. She wants to solve problems peacefully. I like that. Can we trust him as a regent? I don't know. Let's see about the others. Counselor. Counselor deals with troubles of the common folk, helps settle the land disputes and agricultural matters. This advisor ensures citizens remain loyal to the throne. I can have Tristan there. Okay. Then the general, the highest ranking officer, responsible for watching the borders and protecting the realm. Amiri, Regongar, or Gaia, direct approach, hot-headed indirect. Wow. And Gaia, okay. The treasurers, to keep the coffers of the barony full and ensure any gold is spent wisely. We only have Gaia for that. Oh, great, and she's bad at that. No matter what deity serves, the high priest strives to satisfy the spiritual needs of all citizens in the barony. Favors unusual but effective solutions. I like Harim in this position. Yeah. Very divine. Very divine. What else do we have? Yeah, okay. Give me Harim. Good, good, good. So we can only really use him or her. I don't know about Octavia. She strives to solve problems peacefully. It's not like we're exceptionally peaceful. I don't know. Can we change that one day? I hope so. I mean, he's best suited from his charisma point of view. Let's try. I mean, we went out of our way to use him instead of the other cronies. Counselor. Okay, it seems like Tristan will do this. He's just good at that. Cares for the people over all concerns. The general. Okay, Rigonga can stay at home and do this. Hot-headed and direct. And she favors the direct approach, so she will think more. Okay, all right. Let's take a Mary. Economy. What is that? Oh, it's intelligence, and -4 is the mercenary penalty. Okay. Oh, we have to take her. Well, we've appointed everyone. That's good. That's good. We need to find someone intelligent for that job. Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, this is pretty exciting. I love it. I love it already. Curses. Research into nature of the curses. Davik Nettle. Now that the Undead's Engineer's curse has been lifted, it might be prudent to study it and be more prepared next time. Oh, we can choose an advisor for this position. Sure. Harim. You should do that. We can start that. Requires 45 days to solve. Wow! But I mean, what are we going to do? We have 400 crisis points. Okay. Yeah, start that project. A curse seems to be... We have regions. Declare the outskirts a part of our kingdom. Requires 14 days to solve. Okay, let's expand to the outskirts. But first we'll have to see if... wow, there's a lot of economic things to go on. Trade agreement with Sertova. Agreement with Joseph Salimius. Esvanke. He wants to build a shrine of Eristil, pillage the temple of the Elk. We could plunder it, or we could rebuild it. We would like to rebuild it. But we're busy currently. Trade agreement with Sertova. Let's look into the trade agreement with Joseph Salemius. Start on that project. Pillage Esvanki's offer. Now we're busy pillaging the Temple of the Elk. We would like to rebuild it. We'll see about that. What about Sertova? But we're busy currently. Okay, what other projects do we have? Or events? The Bandits' Outrage. Yeah. Amiri will do that. Crisis points available. 5. What's that? Oh! Success chance. 100%. Okay, Amiri will do that. I trust her. Training. Curses. Other. Wonderful. Claiming the outskirts. Tristan would do that. Tristan's also good at that. Okay, we're occupied currently. Success! Nice. Here we go. Expanded. What's in with the economy? The squad sent by the General Amiri defeated the bandit gang, returned a portion of their plunder, and discovered the secret cache of stolen jewelry. Nice. So that worked out. We made a deal and received financial assistance from Joseph Solomon. Yes. Okay. And what about the curses? Ends in 31 days. Whoa. What other events do we have? Harim has a request. He seems to be worried and wants to discuss something. Okay, Harim. Wonderful. What, Tristan? Tristan lowers his head. Greetings, Baron. I'm sorry to take you away from your other affairs, but your people need you. The stolen lands were freed from the Stag Lord. The people sighed in relief, but many are still confused with their swift change of fortune. Truth be told, they simply don't know what to think of their new Baron, nor what to expect from you. Will you be a fair ruler for all, or only for those of wealth and status? Let's reassure your people. Show them where your favor truly rests. Perhaps a small celebration would help them win them over. Of course, you could spend the same amount on a luxurious dinner for the wealthiest of your barony. I recommend organizing a fair for the common people, the ones upon whose shoulders the power truly resides. We could... yeah, okay. Hold a fair for the common people then, Tristan. He smiles warmly. We will hold a common celebration where everyone will be welcome, including the poor and downtrodden. This is the greatest gift a ruler can give to his people. Wonderful. May everyone take part. Hey! Harim looks embarrassed. He runs his fingers through his beard and clears his throat a few times and speaks at last. I heard, not that it's important, but well... Clears his throat again. I heard that an ancient trade road built by the dwarves of the Five Kings Mountains runs through these lands. I don't know what happened to them or where they went. Unforgiving time spares no one, but the road itself is still there. And possibly not only one road. He holds his beard and first, well, Emmanuel, can I have a request? If you find any dwarven ruins in the area, I'd like to see them with my own eyes. Of course, Harim. If I find any dwarven ruins, I'll take you to them. Thank you, Emmanuel Can. Well, thank you. Yeah. And now, Jodkafk, your grace. I was at Oleg's trading post recently and I noticed old Bokhan just standing there, bored to death with nothing to do. This is most unfortunate. After all, the old grumbler is a very knowledgeable alchemist. However, he has no use for his skills, since the locals need nothing more than the simplest of healing potions. And then it struck me, why don't you hire him as your court alchemist? His decoctions and tinctures would certainly prove most useful to you. Also, it might be cheaper than simply buying from him or some other merchant. Good idea. Can we do that? Manage the kingdom affairs. Yes. Counselor awaits in the throne room. Oh! Okay. Harim has a request. Yeah, we had that. Bandits outrage. Counselor awaits. Harim has a request. That we've done. We can't rank someone up. It went through 2 weeks resolving the loyalty of citizens in the barony. We'll rank up the loyalty. Okay. How are the projects going? We have some economy that we can do. Esvanki's offer. Gaia could do that. Trade agreement with Surtova. Okay, I can do that. Whoa. That's a little bit much. Let's see. The events. Enchanted Wind. News has arrived from the largest observatory in the Five Kings Mountains. The enchanted lens of their main telescope broke. Destruction of such a powerful artifact caused a gust of enchanted wind, which is now moving towards the region of the barony. You should seize the opportunity. Enchanted Wind. We could start that. Let's see. 95. Okay. We should do that then. Seize that. Support the counselors. Oh. Go. Other regions. Advisors. Who's that guy? I don't know. To be honest, what is that? Unfair prices. Less profitable. Oh, the cost of all buildings increases by 25%. My goodness me. Yeah, I knew he was up to something there. How can we kill that agreement? Not at all. Okay. Doesn't matter. We'll manage. We'll manage. Alright, I didn't think it would be 25%. That's really outrageous. Okay, can we now... I mean, how do we get... Kirsten, Gares, Tristan... Okay. Hey there, Lander. What about you? Lander stops studying his fingernails, his broad smile revealing brilliant white teeth. Ah, greetings! You certainly seem to be in high spirits. Truly high spirits indeed. Just this morning I received news from Brevoy. My illustrious mother, may the gods prolong her years, is terribly upset by the disappearance of yours truly. She dispatched search parties to the neighboring provinces. Discreetly, of course. She fears whatever scandal might arise due to my absence. Well, it's not the first time she's gone to such lengths. Any advice for me? I've met Kirsten Gares before. He was an amiable, gregarious man, not at all like he's now. Now he's a broken man, and I don't consider it wise to trust broken people with important positions. And how do you like being regent? It gives me great satisfaction, your grace. The very thought of how much I influence the barony. You must be asking after my responsibilities. All matters are well in hand, and by no means do they hamper my other affairs. What are your other affairs? Me, I'm such a bore, Lander huffs indignantly. Though he's clearly flattered by your attention. What would you like to know? What do you value most in people? Decisiveness. Lander answers immediately, then adds, well, sensible decisiveness. I have no taste for those who sit and mumble all day when the time to act has come, nor for those who rush in without consideration or planning. Tell me about your family. House Lebeda is considered one of the most influential in Brevoy, and rightfully so. We own the fertile lands around Lake Ricul and the Castle of Silverhall, an impressive structure, famous well beyond Brevoy's borders. Also control a significant amount of the lake and river shipping trade in the region. And if my family is that of interest to you, my father passed away long ago. My mother spent years attempting to marry my sister Velena off to her beloved King Moleski Sotova. As for myself, well, the family remembers I exist on the rare, or not so rare occasions when I end up causing everyone trouble. Judging by that story, it seems no one is truly close to you. Close relations are a luxury that some people can't afford. He looks away for a moment before continuing. I once became close to a man I considered to be a mentor and friend. I later learned he'd been using me to acquire information on my house's caravans for some local bandits. I learned much from that experience, and so I shall watch your entourage with a keen eye. I won't allow any untrustworthy or suspicious people to go unnoticed. You can trust me on that. You came of age 2 years ago. Why, Lebeda, you're still heir to their throne and not sitting upon it yourself. A throne is a curious thing. It owns you more than you own it. My mother bent over backwards to draw me into possession of my father's legacy, but I would like to Lander to really see and do something in this world before he becomes Lord Lebeda. You will return home eventually, won't you? Of course, can't let the throne sit empty after all, especially not one so wealthy. Lander's eyes gleam. I will return someday, but for today my house can wait. Okay. And that is the politics and affairs of the barony. Always glad to provide counsel, Lander smiles. It's going on between the House Surtovar and the Eldori sword lords. To be blunt, sly schemers battling for power against stubborn blusterers. Long ago, both of them ruled a kingdom on their own. Surtovars ruled over Ischia, the sword lords over Rostland. Then Coral Rogarvia came with his dragons and made it abundantly clear to everyone that everything they saw around them was his. What do you think ranked quickest to express their deep devotion and loyalty? It certainly wasn't the Eldori. They fought to the last. They almost died out as a result. Over the next 2 centuries, the Surtovars squeezed everything they could from the benevolence of their rulers, and now, after the vanishing of the Rogarvia line, Noleski Surtovar has seized the throne, but the Surtovars owe a blood debt to half of Brevoy. It will prove difficult for them to hold on to that power. This makes them paranoid. They see enemies everywhere, and the Eldori are no exception. Good that we have him as a neutral observer. What's my barony's role in that conflict? The Eldori are brave and senseless. You're more likely to pull them out of trouble than to be the one receiving aid. The Surtovars are smart, but they'll gladly sell you out if they see profit in it. They're also unbearably boring, all of which means you made a wise decision when you picked me as your ally. And the smiles, I wouldn't pander to either of them, but I'll also avoid angering either of them until there's good cause. And the River Kingdoms? Have you ever seen a jar full of spiders? It's much the same, only on a greater scale, a plethora of small nations and city-states that form spontaneously and dissipate just as rapidly. Nevertheless, there are those that could potentially pose a serious threat or become a promising ally. Pitax makes a fine example here. Enough business for now. We'll speak later. Interesting stuff. And we have this. That's our stash. Oh, personal stash. Can we, that's the shared stash. We could load it to the personal stash of goods. So we can put that in here. And then we don't have to carry it around. Oh, that would be so good. Look at that. Ooh. That would be so great. So glorious. So glorious. Oh, let's see. Ah, we can manage people from here. Ah, that's super good. That's fine. Ah, look, she joined us too. Wonderful. I'm going to see Octavia. And wait in ascending order, please. What can she? Can she learn something? She's a wizard too. She should be able to learn something from here, right? Yeah. Describe that into the spell book. That one. That one. Dum-ba-dum-ba-da. There you learn, there you learn. Good stuff, good stuff. I can see. I can see you've learned much. What about him? Oh, he's an Eldritch Scion. I don't even know what he does. I guess, as I do not really... I do not really want to use them. We'll still give them some levels. That could be fun. So in that case, I mean, she seems to be some kind of paladin, right? Something of that matter. What is she? Even a tower shield specialist. with charisma. Low intelligence. Let's see what we can do with her. Tower shield specialist. Yeah, we'll get to the straightforward build for them. We'll see what we can do. What would she be good at? She would probably be good at persuasion and athletics. Seeing that like that makes a lot of sense. What should we give her? Armor focus. Armor bonus granted by the selected armor increases by 1. That makes a lot of sense for her, I think. Endurance, nah. Improved initiative also makes a lot of sense for her. Shield focus. Sure, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. She'll always wear a shield. What is about shield wall? Ah, okay. Gives you something from the allies too. Okay, well, just go for the shield focus first. Makes a lot of sense. Continue her way as a tower shield specialist, and let's give her that and that. What other abilities? Weapon focus? No. I think she wants heavy armor focus. She'll be super tank. We'll make her super tanky. Might be a funky build. Yeah, we at least need 1 for the constitution here. Or 1 for the charisma. Let's see. +5. That's immense, I think. Yeah, let's give her that. That's a good idea. And we'll go like that. What else could we go for? Knowledge world? Knowledge law nature. Yeah, she's more about world than nature, I believe. Being so highly technical. Armor focused. And we already have heavy armor focus. So that's not good for her now. Blind fight, nah. Coordinated defense. Yeah, that would require a very similarly formed party. Missile shield. Once per round you may deflect it. Aha, so that's something. Outflank. Precise strike, yeah. Shield wall, I'm not sure. What about shield bash? A tower shield cannot do this, I guess. Defensive combat training. You treat your total hit dice as your base attack bonus when calculating your combat maneuver defense. I don't know. I like missile shield somehow. Combat mobility. Don't need that. Armor focus. Endurance. I mean, toughness would be something I would like to go for. Don't know if she has that already. Deadly aim, no. We'll go missile shield. What, there's more? More to be had? Okay. Athletics. Persuasion. Alertness. Blind fight. Combat mobility is kind of useful. Also kind of not useful. Die Hard? No. Die Hard is really bad. Die Hard is really bad. We could have her power attack. What is her strength? 14. Nah, the power attack doesn't really make it. What could we do with her? Weapon focus is not bad. We give her the most straightforward weapon focus, I think, with longsword. Right, or what does she have here? She kind of has... Yeah, we'll give her the longsword, so she can focus on longswords. There's just surely going to be good longswords there. Here we go. Nice. Okay. We'll level Jathal. I'll just give her Inquisitor levels. For the rest of the party, I have detailed plans. Not for these guys. I just want to have them here. Let's see. Perception is always good. Athletics. Some trickery. She just knows it all, or what? Yeah, just make her get everything first. Then later we'll specialize. What would she do? I mean, she's casting spells as well, right? We can weapon focus on her scythe. That's like her weapon, right? And then precise strike. Shake it off. Coordinated defense. Shielded caster. Allied spellcaster. We're flanking the same creature. Yeah, let's go precise strike. Why not? What spells could we take? True Strike, Divine Favor, Inflict Light Wounds. Yeah. True Strike. Doom. Expeditious Retreat isn't bad. Shield of Faith. She should be able to buff. What about Expeditious Retreat though? Yeah, we can make her quicker then. Sure, we'll do that. Solo tactics. Ah, okay. So she can do team tactics with even solo. That's fun. Okay, let's see. What would be... she has this optimized stats here, right? That's pretty cool. What would we want her to be? Wisdom? Wisdom-y? Wisdom seems good for her. Okay, let's go Wisdom then. I'm not going to think much about that. Athletics and Perception is truly worth it. Then... let's see. Knowledge of the world. She can also be good at using magic device. We have not many people who can do that, so she'll do that. Level 2. Cure moderate wounds. That will harm her. So she has to learn Inflict moderate wounds to heal herself. What else? See, invisibility is personal. Let's give her that. Then more athletics, more perception, more use magic device. And mobility. Power attack would be nice to have for her. Or armor proficiency, heavy armor. Also be good. But it's already so hard to hit, right? Power attack. She has that two-handed weapon, so... Yeah, I will go for her power attack, so level 2. Luck and Resolve. What is Castigate? Effortless Armor. It's personal. I will make her self-buff. Bane weapon and a Bane. Good. Good. Who else? We've got Octavia. She's a little bit of a twist, as she's a rogue wizard. And we should make her into an arcane trickster somehow, I think. Trickery, mobility, ability to cast arcane level spells, and sneak attack too. So we'll have to reach sneak attack 2 here. Let's do that first. And then later we'll go into wizard. Aha. Okay. Nah, loading the pre-made build is boring. We'll just rather ruin it. Okay. What should we do here? No athletics, really. At least 1 point in athletics would be good. Perception. You always need perception. Trickery. Persuasion. Yeah, she's kind of good at that, right? But it doesn't really... She doesn't profit from it. She can stealth, though. That would be good. And athletics. She could gain accomplished sneak attacker. And that's super fine. And precise shot. Also pretty great. Let the first thing maybe be a point blank shot. Precise shot. And the second one... Oh, we could gain a combat trick, really. Piranha strike, rapid shot. What is the other stuff? Canny observer. Perception. Fast stealth. Focusing attack. Confused. Okay. Iron guts. 1 bonus in saves. Sickened. Skill focused terrain mastery. Intimidating prowess. Weapon focus. Slow reactions. Not bad, not bad. I think we're gonna go for a combat trick though. We can do dodge. We can do precise strike. Deadly aim. Base attack bonus reaches 4, and every 4 thereafter the penalty increased by -1. That's not really that good, right? So you hit less good. We're not going to do that. Arcane Strike. Arcane Strike seems fine. Not really yet, but later. But later. Arcane Armor Training. Does she even wear armor? What do you wear? Rogue Wizard. We could get into that. Makes some sense. Just about as much as Arcane Strike. I mean, it will be... It will be kind of good. Rapid Shot, you can fire one additional time at your highest bonus. Yeah, let's go Rapid Shot, it's fine. We'll make her some kind of archer. A roguish archer. Now we can have access to second level sneak attack, which is good. More intelligence, yeah, because of the skill points that we'll allocate, and then later on we'll take some more dexterity. So we wanted to bring all of this up to something good, like stealth, persuasion, definitely, perception. Trickery and mobility, wonderful. What can we have there? Finesse training. Oh, that's interesting. What does that bring us? Melee attack with a light shield. My goodness. Unarmed? No. Finesse training. Claw. Bite. We can only do finesse training. Wow. Let's take something popular. Maybe a rapier or something. There's something two-handed. I think an estoc is two-handed. But that's kind of weird. Yeah, we'd rather have rapier training. Here we go. Wait, does rapier use that anyways? Light pick, light hammer. Oh, these are all finesse weapons anyways. Okay. Yeah, sure, we'll do rapier training, it's fine. So we've got that. Arcane Trickster needs second level arcane spells. Knowledge Arcana rank 4. Let's get to that immediately. Knowledge Arcana rank 4. Prerequisite met. Perception, persuasion, trickery. We should gain the accomplished sneak attacker because that just makes a lot of sense. Right. What do we need as an arcane trickster? Yeah, only that. So next level we'll have that. Alright, where were we? We had the abilities. Just gained accomplished sneak attacker. I have some wizard spells, just fine. Level 1. They don't like this for her. Interesting. Stone Fist, Hurricane Bow. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, let's go for Hurricane Bow. Ear-piercing scream, true strike. Would be hard to miss that, as how we've made her work. Good, good, good. Yeah, I'm taking this a little bit long because these guys are not what I want to focus on, but I still want to give them levels, so we can just use them for maybe they have some special missions, and then we can do that together with them, and they will not be useless or something. I mean, I don't know if I skill them right. I'm just following mostly my gut instinct. He should be using magic devices, I guess. Persuasion, we don't need him to be that good there. He should have some knowledge arcana. What does he have? What is his thing? Dragon resistance is Eldritch Scion. Spells and abilities. What does he gain here? Arcane weapons. Aha. I mean, he has very high strength, so he would go into melee weaponry. And he's also charisma. Melee weaponry seems good at him. He can cast shield, so we'll give him a two-handed weapon, something solid, maybe an Earthbreaker or something. That seems so fitting for an orc. Earthbreaker. An insight bonus equal to his charisma bonus on all the attack rolls. Oh. Yeah, that would be something. Extended magics. Yeah, extended spell feed. Yeah, we'll try to use rods for that. One mastery. Wand wielder. Nah, let's go arcane accuracy. It's fine. Want to choose something personal. I already know true strike. Good, good, good. Burning hands is never bad. Grease is good. Magic missile is good. He has shocking grasp, but he needs something against the possibility of area damage, right? So that would be burning hands then. There we go. The rest is not personal anyways, right? Yeah, it's not personal. Oh, Stone Fist would be personal, but we don't want to use that. Shield, he has that already. Yeah. Wonderful. Good about him. Let's give him something more. What could he do? More dexterity, yeah, that would help him. More strength too. Strength, that's just so fantastic. I want to do that. Dexterity, yeah, minus 13 is the prerequisite for many feats, so we're not forced to do that. Okay, let's go athletics and magic device and arcana. And here we go. What would he learn here as we go along? Effortless armor. Yeah, that's personal. But we won't really wear armor. We'll see. Blur is good. Acid arrow. I mean, all the buffs are transferable, right? But effortless armor is not. Frigid touch, and all the attacks are also not transferable. Mirror image is also personal. Here we go. Magus, here we come. Athletics, magic device, arcana. Power attack, yeah, that's something good for this build. Definitely want the power attack. Then dazzling display. What could we go for there? Defensive combat training. Blind fight. Arcane strike. Sure, we'll do arcane strike. What is that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll do some arcane striking. Who knows what it will get us? Let's see. More personal things that we can do. Web, not so much. Stone Cold, Scorching Ray. Invisibility. Blur. Someone else has to go for blur. Acid arrow, that's not good for us. Like that. Glitter dust. Causing creatures to become blinded. And that's also not good for us. Molten orb. Also on all creatures. Scorching ray. Is... we have to hit a ray. A web could be good. And the acid arrow. Acid arrow needs a ranged touch attack. The ray also needs a ranged touch attack. That's not good. Because we're not dexterity based. Yeah. I don't know. Send it on target creature within close range. Oh, okay. Yeah, then we can go Molten Orb if we want that. That's actually not bad. So we have something aggressive. What was that? There more? No. Okay, that was our part. Well, that was a long one, right? I'm sure that was really long, but yeah, some things we just have to do. There's a storyteller, and we'll have a look around later, and we'll probably try to visit over at Oleg's to get our house alchemist. And then we'll see what we can do. Thank you for watching, and happy gaming to you. This is Immanuel Khan, signing out. See you soon, and happy gaming. Have a great time until then. See you soon.